Your destiny isn't shaped by your circumstances, but by how you see yourself. Think about people like Oprah Winfrey, J.K. Rowling, or Michael Jordan. They didn't succeed because life was easy. They succeeded because they refused to doubt their own worth. The philosopher James Allen once said, "You are today where your thoughts have brought you. You will be tomorrow where your thoughts take you." If that's true, then why do so many of us feel stuck? Is it because we don't dream big enough? Or is it because, deep down, we don't believe we deserve more? Today's story reveals a surprising answer, and it teaches a lesson that has the power to reshape your entire future. Stay with me until the end. I promise, this will be worth your time. In the heart of a bustling city, there lived a young street painter named Ravi. Every day he would sit on the cold pavement near a huge, glittering mall, drawing simple sketches. He hoped that someone, anyone, would stop and buy one. But most people just hurried past him, lost in their own worlds. Some would glance at his work for a second, their faces indifferent. A few might toss him a couple of small coins, not out of appreciation, but out of sympathy. One morning, as Ravi was setting up his pencils and paper, he noticed a woman walking toward him. She was impeccably dressed, and she walked with a firm, confident stride that radiated purpose. Her elegant outfit and composed expression made him think, she must be someone important. Maybe she will appreciate my art. Filled with a sudden burst of courage, he stood up, walked over to her, and nervously held up one of his best drawings. But the woman didn't look at the drawing. Instead, she looked directly at him and asked a question that would change his life forever. She said calmly, "Do you believe your art is worth anything?" Ravi froze. No one had ever asked him something like that. He felt his face flush with embarrassment. He whispered, "Ma'am, I just draw simple sketches. People rarely buy them. I'm not a real artist." The woman smiled, but it was a gentle, knowing smile. "If you don't see yourself as an artist," she said, "why should anyone else see value in what you create?" Before he could even process her words, she turned, walked into the mall, and disappeared into the crowd. Ravi sat back down on the pavement, his sketchbook forgotten beside him. He was completely stunned. She didn't say my art was bad, he thought to himself. She said I don't believe in it. Her question echoed in his mind, over and over again. That night, sleep wouldn't come. He tossed and turned, replaying that short conversation. One thought kept circling in his head, getting louder and louder. If I don't value my own work, how can I ever expect anyone else to? The next morning, he didn't just set up his spot. Instead, he took a long, hard look at his drawings. They were simple, yes, but they weren't worthless. He saw the care in each line, the emotion in each sketch. And for the very first time, a new question popped into his mind. What would happen if I started treating my art as if it actually mattered? The following week, Ravi did something he had never done before. He decided to act on that question. Instead of laying his sketches on the dirty ground, he borrowed a small wooden stand from a friendly shopkeeper and displayed his drawings upright. Just like real artwork in a gallery, he took the time to clean himself up, wearing his best clothes. He organized his pencils neatly and even wrote a small, professional-looking sign. Original art made with care. When people started walking by, he didn't look down shyly anymore. Estutal greeted them with a confident smile and looked him in the eye. And then, something incredible happened. People paused. They stopped. They actually looked at his drawings, and they smiled. Soon, people started buying his work, not with coins thrown out of pity, but with crisp bills handed over, because they genuinely liked what they saw. He noticed something truly remarkable. The more confidently he presented himself in his art, the more other people believed it was worth buying. His belief became their belief. One sunny afternoon, while he was carefully arranging his sketches on the stand, Ravi saw a familiar figure. It was her. The same elegant woman was approaching. This time, he didn't rush toward her nervously. He stood tall beside his display, a quiet confidence in his posture. She walked up to his stand, without him saying a single word. She picked up one of his drawings, which he had now placed in a simple, tasteful frame. She studied it for a moment, then handed him more money than anyone ever had before. She looked at him and said, "Today, You finally looked like the artist you were always meant to be. Ravi couldn't help but smile. A real, genuine smile. Ma'am, your question. It changed everything for me. You made me realize that if I don't believe in myself first, nobody else ever will. She nodded, her eyes filled with understanding. Self-belief is not arrogance, she said softly. It is the foundation of greatness. And she turned and walked away, leaving him with a sense of profound gratitude. 6 months passed. One cool evening, outside a small, prestigious art exhibition, 2 well-dressed men stood talking and shaking hands. A journalist, who was there to interview the featured artists, He looked at one of the men and said, "You look familiar. Have we met before?" The artist smiled warmly. "Yes, we have. I used to sell sketches on the street, near the big mall." The journalist's jaw dropped. "You're that street painter, the one who sat on the pavement. But now, your work is hanging in galleries." The artist, Ravi, let out a soft laugh. "Yes. Everything changed the moment I learned one powerful truth. People see you the way you see yourself. The moment I started to value my art, the rest of the world started to value it, too." They shook hands again, this time as equals. One man telling stories with words, the other creating them with images. And both walked confidently toward their next chapter. Their futures bright and full of promise. This story teaches us a profound lesson. Your life will either expand or shrink in direct proportion to your own self-belief. If you see yourself as average, your life will remain average. If you see yourself as capable, doors you never knew existed will begin to open. If you see yourself as worthy, incredible opportunities will find their way to you. You don't need anyone else's permission to be great. The change doesn't start out there. It starts in here. When you change your self-image, you change your world. So ask yourself the same question that woman asked Ravi. Do you believe you are worthy? Because the answer to that question will define your entire life. Thank you so much for watching. If this story resonated with you, please give it a like and subscribe for more content that can help you change your life from the inside out. I'll see you in the next video.